Thanks for staying with us. So the International Day for Older Persons is observed annually on the 1st of October to address the issues and challenges that elderly people face and look for solutions for them. The day is focused on the special needs, rights, well-being of elderly people. Today on the show we have Dr. Oludaisi Oduniyi, who is a consultant family physician and a geriatrician, head geriatric unit, Department of Family Medicine, Lasut Ikeja. Welcome to the show, sir.
Good morning, esteemed ladies.
Thank you. So, obviously, you care for the elderly. And a lot of people, this segment is difficult for me to host because, you know, I've almost been in this circle recently. And I want to understand, how do you think we can help older people, especially those who don't have families around in Nigeria, who these children have lived abroad, and you know they are depending on people like you to care for their loved ones, for their family, to give them updates on how they're doing. So, what do you do to help people in that group to ensure that their families are well taken care of? What can they do?
Thank you very much, my esteemed ladies on the show. As I rightly introduced, I will start this presentation by acknowledging my astute obstetricians, Chief Medical Director of Lagos State University Teaching Hospital, in person of Professor Adetokunbo Ofabanwo, for actually, he is an advocate of older persons. And I can also say that Lasut is the only teaching hospital in Lagos that actually also cater, that have that unit of geriatric units. No other teaching hospital in Lagos has that. But I will actually start your questions by one. Who are the older persons? In different parts of the world, WHO say anybody above 65. But Nigeria, we actually belong to United Nations. Anybody above 60 and above. And based on our retirement age in Nigeria, I would say that older people, whether you call them senior citizen, whether you call them elderly, whether you call them the esteemed older person, they are anybody from 60 and above. And based on your question, I will actually use this opportunity to say that happy belated independent anniversary to Nigeria. I will start by commending the effort of my president, President Muhammad Buhari, because this is the first time in the history of Nigeria we've been fighting, we've been advocating for national aging, national policy on aging since 2008. But I can tell you that national policy on aging in February under the Federal Executive Council has been approved. And what the national policy on aging is actually addressing is, one, is actually giving opportunity for older persons in the area of independent participation, comprehensive care, dignity, and other packages, paying them their pension on time. That is the first time in this history of Nigeria that we've been able to have advocacy on national policy on aging. Now, come to your question, man. Whether you like it or not, we have a few geriatricians serving over 200 million Nigeria. In Lagos, for example, Lagos of over 22 million, we are less than 10 geriatricians that is actually taking care of over 3 million elderly in Lagos. Not to talk about, then currently now we will say that, yesterday we actually started our International Day of Older Persons celebration in Lasut. By actually paying a courtesy visit, we went to actually play with the elderly person, with the older person in Old People Home Yaba. And I want to commend my governor, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. He has already redeemed the place. It's actually home. In this part of the world, they actually look at home as being something, there is a lot of stigmatization when you say you put your mother at home. But whether you like it or not, you know, the Nigerian population is actually aging, and we actually need to actually be planning for home. The hustling and bustling in Lagos can actually not, you know, everybody is trying to strive to make and ends meet.
Right.
And in those homes, if you look at it, I want to say that homes are actually springing up in Lagos. We have different homes in Lagos. I can say that yesterday, apart from playing with older person in old people home Yaba, we also pay a courtesy visit to Winnie Self-Care Home at Omole. We donated some gift items, some food items to them.
Okay, let me pause you for a second, because one of the challenges that I found is getting a hospice in Nigeria. Because the truth is that there will be times where an older person needs help. And it's difficult to get a hospice that is well equipped to provide support for the elderly. So what do you think we can do to ensure that those people who don't have the needed help they require, especially when either they're ill, they have terminal diseases or some kind of ailment, can find somewhere where they understand what they're going through and help them ease out?
Okay, thank you very much for that question. You know, if you look at Lagos as an example, we only have old people home, Yaba, and it has been in existence even before the independence. Then we also have a senior citizen recreation center somewhere in Lekki. But there's still some public and private. There's some home that has been built by private. We have the Rocking Garden home at Ijede. We have the Center for Happy Elderly at Isolo. We also have some agency that actually assign caregivers to home. WellCare by Jumoke Odusi also assign caregivers to home. Now, when you talk about hospice actually means end-of-life care. Most of these homes, you know, yesterday I was actually talking to Dr. Adekola, who is actually in charge of old people home. They are being regulated under the Ministry of Social and Youth Development. The Lagos State government, under the leadership of Babajide Sanwo-Olu, actually ensure that what they're actually doing in home, even though when an older person wants to die, he should actually die in a dignified way. So some of the home that I mentioned can actually provide end-of-life care or hospice care to elderly that actually have a terminal disease that they are actually within, they have a few. So the thing about it is that the issue that we're having is that, one, in Lagos, for example, the home are being regulated. But whether you like it or not, a lot of people still attach a lot of stigmatization when you are talking about homes.
All right, Nima, go ahead.
I wanted you to run us through some of the care that ailments or regular ailments that you see after that age. We know the diabetes, the high blood pressures, but nobody talks about some nervous breakdowns that they have to maintain.
Dementia.
So, you know, and some mental one as well, dementia. So tell us, you know, the regular ones that you see in practice.
Now, in elderly, we actually call it geriatric syndrome. Geriatric syndrome is a constellation of different conditions affecting the elderly. And I will start by impairment in vision and hearing. Some of them tend to have impairment in vision. Some of them can also have an intelligent impairment. We have people with cognitive impairment, although Alzheimer's dementia is being stigmatized. We have some people with other neurodegenerative like Parkinson's disease. We have even immobility challenges due to severe osteoarthritis. We have people that are actually suffering from urinary incontinence. We have even infection. Issue of malnutrition. Malnutrition is also affecting some of them and a host of others. But the thing about it is that when you talk about the syndrome of the elderly, I want to say here that aging actually begins from 30 years of age. Whether you have a successful aging or pathological aging, it is a lifestyle that you adopt when you are at that 30 till then that will actually know whether you are actually going to age well or you are not going to age well. Because there are a lot of theory associated with aging, you understand. But All these are conditions that a lot of them tend to have.
Some people are senior citizens now, but they're living well. They're listening to you and they think, okay, is this a definite thing in my future that will have this syndrome? What sort of lifestyle, because you've just alluded to it a bit, what sort of lifestyle changes or lifestyle habits do I need to begin to adopt? I'm 65 years old, but I still move, I can still drive. But what can I adopt to just make sure that even as I age towards 70s and 80s, I'm relatively healthy?
Okay, thank you very much. I will start your question by commending the effort of my erudite CMD, Professor Adetokunbo Fabawo. I'll keep on saying it because the truth of the matter is that I said that LASUTH is the only teaching hospital that actually have a unit that take care of the older person. And, we actually started this unit barely 5 years. And I can tell you that we have over estimate of 3,000 older persons that we're actually taking care in that unit. And last year, we had a major celebration of International Day of Older Person that is being observed all over the world in October 1st. And one of the core concepts is that this year we are going to do a second edition of it, which we've already begun yesterday. And today we have a webinar by 2. Tomorrow we're going to be doing free medical screening. We're going to be taxing their brain in terms of quiz competition. We're going to also be doing Olympic sports to actually ensure that they are able to, they have what they do what they call flexibility exercise.
Right.
And by Thursday, we shall wrap it up by actually also doing a get-together party and also donate some gift items to some elderly. So the question is this. I want to quickly address the question. Number one thing to keep lifestyle is regular checkup. And I can tell you that if you actually want to do a regular and comprehensive checkup, just walk into geriatric units. Department of Family Medicine last week, we're there to actually, because the thing about it is that we want you to actually have a successful aging in terms of reduction of salt,
let me pause you
in
for a
terms
second,
of immunization, in terms...
Michael wants to jump in because...
I want to jump in.
Yes.
Because, you
jump in the young old. I will actually say that by categories of older person, we have the young old, the old, and the old. And congratulations for answering the senior citizen. You can go ahead with your question.
Thank you. I'm the youth of the elders. I agree.
Yes.
But I have questions for you because you have said that old people's home you're talking about in Yaba, when I was 15, I saw it. Yes. It's still there. Yes. It's still the same. There's there have been no additions. Now, I know a lot of people who are 80 plus, like one of our viewers, Chief Mrs. Lucas. Yes. She doesn't have anybody to look after her. She's very okay, but she still needs, at this age, at that age that she is, she needs carers. If she gets house help, if her daughter, there's another one, her daughter sends her phones. Anybody that comes to care for her will steal the phone and go. So they are looking for Palasa phone for her because, these people need real help. They need real homes that they can, if they want to leave their own houses and go, because old people's homes I've seen abroad, they're very nice. They're like resorts. So everybody, they have friends, they have games. We don't have that in Nigeria. And you said we have an aging population. I disagree because it's more, we have 70% youth. Yes. In Nigeria. So the older people are less than the youth. Now, it is this youth that will look after the old people, and they don't really have that time. So you need old people's homes, jobs that will give these people, like Mariah said, hospices, where old people can go and die comfortably if they want to. Give them hope. Give aging people hope. You haven't given me hope in everything you have said.
Okay. Anyway, what I just want to say is that, number one, we have different homes built by either organizations.
But it's not enough, right? It's
no.
Not enough.
Remember you said there are 3 million
we can say
in Lagos.
We can actually say it's not enough. Yes, because in Lagos as a whole, we have barely, let's say, less than 15 homes that actually cater for over 3 million elderly. But the thing about it is that is why the International Day of Older Person It's actually, care of the elderly is actually everybody business. It's not only what the government can do. In fact, one of the things that we want to look at in our idol celebration this year is that, one, we want to establish what they call geriatric care center. In one shop, they can actually have access to different specialists without necessarily say, take a letter.
Thank you. You see, you are going exactly
now,
to where. So let me pause you, because this point you just made is extremely important. Because one of the reasons why young people die early is because there's no one-stop shop for care. Go this one for CT scan. Go the other for abdominal scan. Then go and do your dialysis here. Then go and do biopsy in that other place. It's all over the place. So I know these are great ideas. Yeah. But you see, for an average Nigerian watching you, how can we scale up this idea such that a lot of people can have access to this?
Thank you very much. Let me quickly inform you that the only one-stop shop that actually give a comprehensive care to the elderly is Chief Tunianini Geriatric Care Center at Ibadan.
Okay.
And currently now, in that place, you can have access to physiotherapy, they can do surgery for you. We want to do similar thing in Lagos. Currently now, let me commend the governor of Oyo State. Oyo State is actually consulting their own geriatric, which is one shop stop. And similarly, under the leadership of my able CMD, Professor, we want to do that similar thing that they don't have to send. But the thing about it is that it's all started by advocacy. Advocacy is for people to actually know that now that Nigerian population is aging, elderly are actually free. We don't want to say, go here, go here, go here. We want them to be given a dignified health care.
This same Nigeria that you're talking about, pensioners are fighting everywhere for their pension. They are crying every day. Pensioners have been coming up and down. In Ogun State, they were crying. They don't give them their pension. This same Nigeria, how will you want an old person to even think when he doesn't have his pension?
The thing about it is this. The national policy on aging has covered that they should treat them with dignity. And let me start from my governor. Let me start from my governor. My governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, pay pension regularly. And similarly, Seyi Makinde, of governor of Oyo State, pay pensioner between 20 to 23 days of the month before even pay the active worker. So we are saying that other states should actually emulate. I know there's some states that they are not even paying active worker. They call the governor Baba Fusa. There's some states that they are owing pensioner. But with the national policy on aging, the thing about it is that what we are saying is that we are in a digital economy. Having worked for Nigeria for 35 years, I think a senior citizen should be, in fact, all this issue that you have to go and be queuing is absurd in this part of the world.
We have to wrap up soon, but yes. I think my final question to you is, at what age can people start going meetings? Sorry, I pointed to you, okay. At what age should old people, in quotes, have a geriatrician? At what age? Is it 50, before you enter the 60, or after 60? At what point should we have one?
United Nations definition is from 60 years. Okay. So from 60 years of age, they should be having access to, and some of them we even
and
go.
It's free.
The thing about it is that it is actually very cheap in Lagos. You know, one of the things that we want to do
for. Are you saying if I walk into the last suit now,
yes,
I will be treated very fast, very.
We will give you the best of care.
Not because I'm an on-air personality.
You are what?
An on-air personality.
No.
If I come in with mask and you don't know who I am.
We treat older person with dignity. And that is why we're going beyond clinic to geriatric care center.
Okay,
we want that if they need any brain specialist, the brain specialist will come to them, not that they will go to the brain specialist. If they need a specialist in one shop.
Okay.
In one shop.
Thank you very much. I must advise that if, just in case, if Alhaji Lai Mohammed doesn't have his job, maybe you should apply. He seems to be a very good spokesperson for the government of Lagbaja of this. But thank you very much for having being on the show. It was a pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you.
That is all we can take on today's show. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.